A few weeks ago, I was asked how I could speak with such confidence. And my instant reply was, hey, I've been a serious speaker more than 70 years. Why would I not be confident? But that's kind of a glib answer, because there are many people who have been doing things for over 70 years and they aren't very good at it, or they aren't very confident about it. My speaking began as a junior in high school, 16. Miss Birch selected me to narrate a play about King Arthur and his Knights of the Round Table. It was in 3 acts. I was supposed to narrate the 3rd act, and she coached me on how to emote, how to be a speaker who was speaking in place of the actors and working with them. She even marked up the copy I was working from to show me when to pause, when to emphasize something. So I had at 16 my first coaching in speaking. One thing led to another. I ended up in the Air Force, went to a tech school, married my high school sweetheart, graduated top in my class, and they assigned me as a technical instructor. So at 19, I was a professional speaker. I didn't know I was a professional speaker. Nobody used those terms back then, but I was a professional speaker because I was paid every month and I had free room and board. That made me a professional. I spoke 6 hours a day, 5 days a week for 3 weeks. You can do the math. And every day was different topics. So I had to become a speaker on a variety of topics, primarily technical. I was teaching electronics fundamentals and radar installation and maintenance. From then on, my speaking continued throughout my career. The last 14 years being a full-time professional, developing and delivering high-tech seminars on the internet mainly. When I retired, I continued to speak. Nancy's not here, but I must have given at least 25 or 30 programs to her communications classes, all of them 45 minutes long. 15 minutes of success, 15 minutes on speaking, and 15 minutes as a workshop. So I am a serious speaker. I'm very good at it. I'm confident. I'm willing to speak anywhere, anytime, but not on any subject. And that's one of the keys. So that's what I've done that makes me confident. How does that apply to you? Here are what I consider to be the fundamentals for being a successful speaker. And if you're successful, you will be confident. First, desire. You have to want to speak. I saw a thing posted by this year's champion speaker from Toastmasters encouraging everybody to become a public speaker. No. Become a public speaker if you want to speak. And sometimes you may not want to speak, but your job requires you to do so. So if it is part of your job, you need to figure out how to do it. But your desire there is not to speak. Your desire there is to be good at your job. That's equivalent to desire to speak. I'm a talker. I've been a talker all my life. I've gotten in trouble for talking as a kid. So many of my professional speaking buddies are of the same character. So many of us were just talkers. The next thing, other than desire, is to have something to talk about, something you want to talk about, and something you want to talk about that other people want to hear. One of my clashes with Toastmasters in Pathways is they give you these projects. One of them, Nancy did on blogging. I'm not going to do a speech on blogging because I don't want to blog. I don't listen to blog. I don't care for blogs. So don't do something that doesn't interest you. Speak on what you love. Preparation is probably the Achilles heel of most speakers. One of my buddies, Patricia Fripp, walks on a treadmill every morning for an hour. Her programs are typically 45 minutes long. She uses the first 45 minutes on the treadmill to do her program while she's walking on the treadmill. When I was a professional, I probably delivered my material at least 10 times before I ever delivered it to an audience. You want to be a good speaker, confident? Speak some every day. Driving around the car, see a billboard. Do a minute on what that billboard means. Give a little speech on that billboard, or see a couple of people walking down the sidewalk. Do a little bit on them. Exercise your speaking ability and the mind that drives it. Knowing the audience may be the most important part. The problem is this: the people who tell you to know your audience suggest your audience is a monolith. It's not. Every person in your audience is an audience. Some of them are going to love you. Some of them may hate you. Some of them may be buoyant and just say, well, let's see if he's got something to say. Forget it. You're a speaker. You're not there to make the audience love you. You're there to deliver a message that is important to you in a way that Ron Arden said, your job is not to get it all out. Your job is to get it out so the audience gets it all in.